Have you ever left a meeting feeling strangely defeated? Not because someone attacked you directly, but because someone smiled, agreed, then quietly undermined you anyway? No shouting, no open conflict, just a polite comment like, "That's an interesting idea," followed by an email later that subtly questions your competence. No one else seems to notice, but your stomach tightens, your thoughts start racing, and suddenly your whole day is ruined. If you have ever faced a passive-aggressive coworker, you know this feeling is not small. It lingers, it drains, it quietly eats your peace from the inside. And the worst part is this: you cannot fight what is never openly stated. So how do you protect yourself without becoming just as toxic? Modern workplaces reward politeness on the surface. Yet, beneath that surface, many professionals face subtle hostility that never gets called out. A missed reply, a delayed approval, a compliment that feels slightly insulting, a joke that makes you the punchline while everyone laughs. You cannot report it. You cannot confront it without sounding overly sensitive. But your nervous system reacts anyway. Psychologists call this ambiguous threat. Research by Dr. Christine Porath, a management professor at Georgetown University who studies workplace incivility, shows that even low-intensity negative behaviors can significantly reduce performance and increase stress. The brain treats uncertainty as danger. When harm is subtle, the mind works overtime trying to decode intentions. Was that comment a joke? Was that delay intentional? Did they mean something by that tone? This constant interpretation burns energy, and slowly your calm disappears. This is where the real damage begins. Not from what they do, but from what happens inside you. Let us look at a familiar moment. You present an idea during a team discussion. Your colleague smiles and says, "Interesting, let's keep that in mind." Later, they present the same idea to leadership as if it was theirs. No direct theft, just quiet repositioning. You sit there wondering, did I imagine that? Should I say something? If I speak up, will I look petty? If I stay silent, am I being weak? This is cognitive dissonance, a term introduced by Leon Festinger, a social psychologist who studied how conflicting thoughts create mental stress. You know something feels wrong, but you lack proof. So your mind keeps looping. At night, you replay conversations. You imagine responses. You build arguments in your head. The body responds too. Shallow breathing, tight shoulders, irritation toward people who did nothing wrong. The emotional cost spreads beyond work. Your family notices your tension. You lose sleep. Your confidence shrinks. Not because of open conflict, but because of silent friction. Or this. A coworker praises you in meetings, but leaves you out of important emails. They appear supportive, yet you constantly feel excluded. Psychologists link this to social exclusion stress. Research by Dr. Naomi Eisenberger, a social neuroscientist at UCLA, found that social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Your brain does not care whether harm is visible. It responds to perceived threat. Even subtle isolation triggers survival instincts. So you become hyper alert. Every interaction feels loaded. Your mind starts scanning for hidden signals. Your peace becomes dependent on their behavior. That is when the trap closes. Here is the turning point. Most people believe the problem is the coworker, but the deeper problem is this: your emotional stability has been outsourced. Your calm now depends on someone else's unpredictability. And once that happens, you are no longer free. So the real question becomes, how do you regain control without escalating conflict? This is where Zen offers something profoundly practical. Zen is not about retreating to mountains. It is about clarity in chaos. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Zen master known for bringing mindfulness into modern life, often taught that people who hurt others are usually carrying deep suffering within themselves. He did not offer this idea to excuse harmful behavior. He offered it to shift perception. Passive-aggressive behavior often grows from insecurity, from fear of being overlooked, from fear of losing status, from fear of direct confrontation. Understanding this does not make the behavior acceptable, but it removes its power to define your worth. Zen teaches the art of not absorbing, not suppressing emotion, but refusing to internalize what does not belong to you. This aligns with modern psychology. Cognitive behavioral therapy often teaches cognitive distancing, seeing thoughts and actions as events, not truths. Instead of, they are undermining me, I am unsafe, you shift to, this behavior reflects their struggle. This breaks emotional fusion. You stop merging your identity with their actions, and space appears. Imagine again, a colleague subtly undermines you. Instead of spiraling, you observe. You note the action, but you do not absorb its meaning. Zen calls this witnessing without clinging. You respond with clarity rather than reaction. No sarcasm, no revenge, no silent resentment, just grounded presence. Over time, this changes the dynamic. Passive aggression feeds on reaction. When calm replaces tension, the fuel disappears. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher associated with Taoism, wrote in the Tao Te Ching, "He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty." He was not praising passivity. He was describing mastery over reaction. Real strength is not explosive. It is steady. When you are no longer ruled by emotional provocation, subtle hostility loses its grip. Professionals who practice emotional regulation report measurable benefits. Research in mindfulness-based stress reduction shows reduced emotional reactivity and improved resilience. Developed by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn at the University of Massachusetts Medical School, this approach has been widely studied for its impact on stress. The takeaway is simple. Calm is not weakness. It is strategy. The passive-aggressive coworker may never change, but your relationship to their behavior can, and when that changes, the battlefield disappears. You stop fighting shadows. You stop rehearsing arguments in your head. You reclaim mental bandwidth, not by winning externally, but by refusing internal defeat. If this perspective gave you a new way to protect your peace at work, stay with us. Because Eastern wisdom is not about escape. It is about effectiveness. And sometimes, the strongest response is the calm no one expects.